Hello dear friends, welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, our moments with the Word of God, our moments with the love, mercy and compassion of God, our moments also with the holy ones of God. And these days we have been speaking about quite a few holy ones, some were saints, some were martyrs. They are all of course saints, even martyrs are saints, but some are distinguished by their martyrdom, the others by pure holiness and their wisdom or how they followed Jesus. And all that is possible when you too become aware of where you are in your journey, in your spiritual journey, as I am trying to be aware of my spiritual journey in the last more than a decade now. And it is certainly helping me, and I hope that it will also help you. And if you like, you may please share these videos with others, be co-missionaries with me, and like the video as well as write your comments below. Thank you very much. Yes, my hairdresser made a mistake and gave me a very short cut, and that doesn't matter. The hair will grow soon, but it is cold. Longer hair, of course, help. But you know, I suffer a little bit because of this cold, etc. But when we think of today's saints and martyrs, St Paul Mikki and his 25 companions. Paul Mikki was a Jesuit scholastic, had not yet become a priest, and this happened due to persecution of Christians in Japan. So don't think that persecution is taking place only in India, in our current India. But of course, we are living in 2026 in India, and this happened in 1597. Actually, it began in 1587 after the king suddenly became insecure, like some of our Hindutva fellows, not Hindus, are becoming insecure of the message of Christ, of love and of forgiveness, and they are beginning to attack people. So this king became insecure because Francis Xavier brought the gospel to Japan in 1547. So almost 40 years after that, the king became aware that there is a new message that people are embracing, that people find very interesting. And then he became insecure that maybe they will all become anti-government or what. Insecure man. And so he ordered persecution, and then these people were selected and were hanged on a hill outside of Nagasaki. I have been to that hill way back maybe some 15 years ago, and that time the hill there was as barren as this hill, completely dry. Now of course they have built a little bit building there, but what is interesting is that these people who had become, some of them were Christians, some of them were Jesuit missionaries, and some others were other religious orders. They were all hung on a cross, each one of them on a different cross, and they were pierced with spears. And the story is that the executioners who pierced these people hanging on the cross were so surprised to see the joy on the faces of those whom they were going to martyr, those whom they were going to kill. These people were so joyous to suffer for Christ, happily giving their life for Christ and readily dying. This of course really surprised, astounded those people who were executing. And something similar we find also in the gospel today. Herod, we are hearing about Herod, but before actually he did things to John the Baptist, he too became insecure of John the Baptist, like this king in Japan became insecure, or like our Hinduttva guys are becoming insecure of the beautiful message, because they want split, they want to persecute people. Surprisingly, in the name of religion, rather than following the good example of others or following their own religion. Even Hinduism is wonderful religion. So is Islam, and so is Buddhism, so is Sikhism. Everything has, all these religions have something beautiful in each of them, as the Second Vatican Council tells us. So rather than following those things, even Herod became insecure. And then of course, one thing is interesting about Herod, that despite hearing and being insecure, he wanted to hear more from Jesus and of Jesus. He had a great desire to hear Jesus. How that desire turned into insecurity, and he finally imprisoned John the Baptist and had him beheaded because of the daughter of his wife, the second wife. And that's another story. But you see, people have to be given opportunity to express themselves for their faith, but sometimes they have to also face consequences of it, as many of us are also facing in India and in other parts of the world. And my dear friends, if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.